Hi, welcome to today's team meeting. I'm Tara Lynn. We meet on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We talk about real life stuff, not like the meetings you've been having in Zoom where they're boring and you don't get anything done. Not like the meetings you had before COVID where you would leave and say, what just happened? What are we supposed to be doing? What are the actions? Who's responsible for what? All that is clear. I spent 20 years in corporate America running meetings, some great, some bad. So I'm applying all my lessons learned so that I can be an example for you of what a good meeting that actually benefits your life looks like. We're just using a play on words. It's a meeting, but not like the meetings you've been attending. So thank you for joining. Thank you for accepting the invite. And I want to thank especially the people who have been giving me feedback on suggested topics and feedback on how they've been subscribing to my podcast. Thank you so much. I'll get into a little bit more about the different topics that people have suggested. I'm all for it. A couple housekeeping topics before we move into our agenda for the day and then our actions. So this video that I'm sending and I'm uploading Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is going to continue regardless. But I started a podcast, a whole podcast, and I'm so excited for that because I've done it for years. Not done it for years, I've listened for years, loved them for years. And my dad used to listen to AM radio. He loved voices. He loved to hear conversations too. That was his big thing. So I'm just excited about that, but I'm already doing it with you in this format. I hope you'll join both. I won't be saying the same things, but I'll have the same format, because some people like visuals. So I hope that you also subscribe to the podcast though. It's on Apple. It's on Spotify. It's on Google. I'm going to provide the links. I am still having some challenges, but I'm going to provide those links. I have the link for Spotify. I've posted that. I will do it again. Click onto the link, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me and I would appreciate your support there. Meanwhile, I'm working on a quote book, and I'll send links for that soon. It'll be a group of quotes with a little easel that you can put the quotes in, a little card. Think of it like the business card holders that you have. I have something similar to that. You put it on your desk or in your kitchen or someplace where you can look at it all the time, and I hope I'm giving you words that bring life to you. So my first release will be right around the new year, and there are words that I hope go from my heart to yours. Because anytime when we meet, I'm going to give you actions. I will say crazy things about my life, but my goal is to use my pain, my success, my failure as an inspiration, as a blueprint, as a light, as a freedom song for you to say, hey, people make mistakes and nothing has to go perfectly, and some crazy things, horrible things can happen, but you can overcome them. Here's a girl who did it. That's what I want to do with these quotes. So more details coming on that. Let's get into it though. I so appreciate everything you guys say about the podcast, everything you say about these meetings, because there's no community without you. So a couple of you have suggested, and thank you so much, suggested topics that we could discuss. One topic was how to love yourself when you failed. That was recently posed to me, and it's a great topic. It's so relevant for us now and always. Think about what we're dealing with in COVID. People are so judgmental on themselves about thinking they should have started a Fortune 500 company by now. We're in COVID. Their body should be completely tight, abs done. Guys who think, oh my God, I should have been, killing it with my business, but I'm not. And parents may be like, oh my God, my kid's watching too much TV. Well, we need to learn to forgive ourselves and stop looking at these as failures instead of processes and opportunities to build endurance and get stronger. We're in strength mode here. We're lifting heavy weights. That's one topic. The other topic is mid-career life changes. I'm becoming an expert at that because I left corporate America after 20 years. Thank you, COVID. I always say thank you to put that spin on it. I really am. I'm grateful, but I'm going to joke about it. I'm always going to joke about it. So now I get to have meetings like this where I'm wearing a beanie and a Christmas shirt. And maybe or maybe not, this is yet another pajama shirt. I'm not going to say if it's a pajama shirt or not, that I've worn all day and I'm actually going to go exercise in it and it looks normal, but it's got bottoms that go with it that you're supposed to wear as a cozy outfit at home. Who cares? Who cares? Those are two topics that will be coming at you soon. So thank you. Keep bringing them. Keep bringing them. So another thing I wanted to talk about is these action items. When I give them to you, it's not just me talking to you and just saying things. I'm challenging you just like I would challenge myself. So I'm wearing a Christmas shirt, I'm wearing a pajama top and a beanie, but we want to change lives in these sessions. And we want to use things to keep it simple, but also see progress and see you evolve and see you conquer things and see you see yourself not as a victim in this COVID, because it's very easy to do it. Deal with ways to cope with your pain in a healthy way. Manage it to the extent that you can be able to look for joy and gratitude in the middle of the worst life experiences that you could be having. So today's topic for the agenda is turning up the volume of joy. Turning up your joy volume. So let's be clear here. I mean, your holidays, your Hanukkah, your Kwanzaa, your Christmas ain't gonna look like it used to in 2019. It's just not. And so I'm gonna ask that we all as a group agree that we're gonna front load ourselves, meaning, what can I start to think about to make this experience work for me and my family? So maybe there won't be any carolers harking at your door. And if they do, you need to tell them, back up, people. I need you 100 feet away from the house. Sing in the streets, if you will. I've never had a caroler come to my house, but I did give a birthday party once. And the kids that I had the party for, we went caroling. So I kind of feel like I'm amazing in that respect. So what are you going to do differently? Are you going to cook a new recipe? Are you going to have a session on Zoom? Are you going to write Christmas cards that you drop off and say, you know what? I just want to say I love you. I want to hug you. I want to be at a holiday party with you. I want to have eggnog and load it up with brandy. Can I get a high five on brandy and eggnog? I want to have drinks and cookies and stuff with you, but I can't. So here's a note to tell you that I love you. What are you going to do differently? Because it's not going to be the same and you're not the same. So you don't need to pretend. And you also don't need to walk into it on Christmas Eve, bawl your eyes out because you realize, oh my God, it's just me or it's just us and we don't have our family to hug for Christmas. It's real. For Hanukkah, they're already in it. For Kwanzaa, it's coming up. And even those of you that don't celebrate, just having vacation time off and things not being the same. Let's get into it. Let's start to think about what you're going to do to manage your life, because that's real. That's going to be an action item. The second action item is, where can you find the joy? I'm not ever going to stop talking about it. I need to practice what I preach, because I don't know what sangria I was drinking or what I was thinking. Like I was reading my own quotes and saying, you can do anything, Dara. And I decided to take action on my eyebrows one night, and I have made myself bald-headed on both. I can tell, maybe you can't, but I know it's real. I am a big eyebrow person, but I have screwed myself up in that respect. And I've got to forgive myself and get through the holidays with jacked up eyebrows. So that's my thing. But no, in all seriousness, we got to manage it. We got to find ways to be grateful. We got to find things to bring us joy in the middle of pain. Beanies, Christmas shirts, talking to y'all. Another thing, I was in the parking lot of Starbucks basically just working, because I used to be one who worked in the Starbucks, worked in the coffee house, but now I can't. So I'm in the parking lot, writing notes, reading emails. And I look behind me and I realize I have a whole baby back there. And it made me weepy. But not because, okay, there she goes with the baby again, and she goes talking about children again. It's not the children's story. It's not Disney Plus. I get it. I'm not just talking about babies. I'm talking about a dream. That baby was a dream. To have a family was a dream. So in that moment of, oh man, I can't be in a coffee house. Instead, I looked back, saw the baby, and realized I got something I really wanted. And I'm so thankful. Thank you so much. Find that for yourself. I got a whole baby. She's 2. But I got a whole baby, and I've been wanting that for 20 years. Do you know what it's like to want something for 20 years? That means I'm older, right? I don't look it, but I'm older, right? Find yours. Write it down. I'm not saying go get journals and start being that person. You don't have to. I am. But write it in your phone. Write it on the note. Okay, fine. Start small. Just remember it. But I want you to share something in the comments that you're grateful for. Share in the comments what you're going to do to front load yourself to prepare for the holidays. And if that means watch a comedy that you always love watching, even when it's not the holidays, so that can pump you up and give you some joy. Maybe you can come up with a holiday Christmas playlist and share it with people. I'm here for it. I love music so much. So another thing is I want you to consider the level, the fact that you can always, and I'll never stop saying this, you can combine joy even with feeling the pain of your circumstances. Because I know people are hurting. I have deaths in my family, several this month, several over the months. You do too. Maybe yesterday, maybe today, maybe next week. My heart goes out to you. I want you to know that there's still joy there. And we empathize with you. Feel that pain, but also feel that joy from even knowing that person. You love someone enough to miss them, to grieve for them, to hurt for them, to know them and to have touched them, and they touched your life. Those are your 2 actions. But I want to read a couple of my quotes that are going to be in the book so you see where I'm going in the direction, so that you can know how I talk to you here is basically me putting words on paper to be hopefully some sort of help, add value to your life. Here's one of the quotes. I'm just going to read 2. Hopelessness is seductive, but you're too good to be in a relationship with it. That's the quote. I have been seduced by hopelessness, depression, sadness, so much. But I finally learned that I'm too good to let them in and have an intimate relationship with them. Hopelessness is seductive, but you are too good to be in a relationship with that. How about that? Next one. You are not basic. That's why you can't give up when things get hard. This is hard, but you're not basic. So don't give up. That's the quote. All right, we got to close out now. Another reminder that we're meeting Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I love you. I want to talk to you. I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me if you like my beanies, my Christmas shirts, whatever. I'm using my life in any way I can. And I want you to find ways that we can connect on that. So tell me your story. Share with me how you're doing in these COVID times. Be encouraged, because you have eyes to see, ears to hear me right now. You got it going on. You're blessed. You're alive. Let's be alive together, people. Friends, let's be alive together. Be warm if it's cold where you live. If it's not cold where you live, you're like me. Just wear beanies and boots and it still be 60 degrees. Go with it. Tune in on Friday. We're talking about love. Subscribe to my podcast. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. That's the end of today's meeting. Bye.